So I've been using this Peak Design travel tripod for the past few years, and it's been amazing. You know, it's one of the best travel tripods you can get. The weight, the size, the portability, it's very, very good. However, because it is so lightweight, if you start putting heavier rigs on, it starts to get a bit unreliable. But that's where this new Peak Design Pro tripod comes in its place. So in this video, I'll cover everything about this new Pro tripod, the improvements they've made, the changes, as well as why I'll still be using this travel tripod a lot of the time. And yeah, some of my frustrations, some of the really good things, all of that stuff. So let's dive into it. So starting off with the travel tripod, one of the best things about this is just the size. Because of the shape of the legs, it's not like the traditional tripod that has like circular legs. It's able to be a lot smaller, so it can go inside your backpack or just travel around wherever you're going. Way easier because it's not as bulky. Not to mention the weight, the ease of use, like it's a very, very good tripod. And for the most part, I didn't actually have too many complaints with the tripod. It was very easy to set up, you know, pulling out. It's not like the other ones where you have to kind of screw it in. This really easy to use. And I do appreciate that because when you have cold hands, like I do right now, you can still operate it with absolutely no issue. Compared to some of the other ones, we have to keep screwing them in, twisting that. And I've had a few that kind of wear out after a while. So this has worked perfectly. Coming up, oh, super easy to use, super easy to set up. Now, when it comes to this head, that's where I think a few problems come in. So when you want to go portrait, if I can see this properly, this right now, perfectly portrait. But if I wanted to angle this slightly, I couldn't just tilt it up, it stops. I couldn't just go down, it stops. Again, if I wanted to go this side, it's angled and it's pointing that way, I can't rotate it. So because of the ball head, although it's very easy to move around this way, when you're going portrait, it doesn't work as much. And we're making a lot of content for social media now, so not having that ability is a little frustrating. Secondly, this isn't too stable because of the size of the legs. If you put a lot of weight, so if I try to put my FX6 on here, or if I really rig out my FX3, it stays, but it's not that steady. You know, the legs are quite thin, so it's not really rated to that high of a weight. Now, it says it can take up to 9 kilos or this many pounds. I don't know. I've tried it and the legs literally feel like they're about to like snap inwards. They're kind of like standing. Yeah, they're not very strong. So I wouldn't really put too much weight on this because of that reason. However, just due to the sheer size of this tripod and how well it can go inside backpacks, it can go under little side bags. It's just so easy to travel around with. I'll still be using this for when I do travel around and taking different trips. Yeah, it's just the best travel tripod you can possibly get. Its weight, size, everything is perfect. And one thing I do want you to remember before we go on with the Pro tripod, this head here, we get focus on that. This head here, or the base plate, this is very good. I wish Peak Design kept this because when I get onto this new one, you'll see my frustrations. So this base plate, putting the Peak Design plate onto it, very simple. I can do it with one hand. I can just slot that in, tighten it. Useful, cool. And now if I'm using a base plate that isn't of Peak Design, so here I have a PG Wide-Tech on the side, I again, with one hand, get the hand out of the way, I can just slot that in, it's in and it's secure. All good. Even though that's not a Peak Design plate, it's one of the very normal Arca Swiss plates. So let's try and show that again. So with this here, I can just slot that down, secures in, and we're good. So that is secure. Remember that. Now let's go on to what the Pro tripod changes. And the first thing is obviously the size. It's a lot bigger, thicker, heavier. I think this weighs 1.9 kilos compared to the 1.3 of the travel tripod. When you're comparing them side by side, you can see obvious differences. You know, this is nowhere near the size. It takes up a lot more room. It's not as easy to travel with. It's still a good travel size. I can definitely still take this. I won't, but I definitely could if I wanted to. This is just a lot more attractive because look at the size of that. This is a weapon. This is, if you tried to fight with this, it's pretty cute. This, I'm scared, you know? And then past the size, it just feels like notably more stable because of this thickness and like, I don't know, it doesn't feel hollow. It just feels really well built. When the things come out, it just feels solid. And I guess this is what you would expect from a Pro tripod for what they're marketing it as. It can take up to 18 kilos of weight. And that, I mean, I don't know what setup would be that heavy, but I would trust on this. Like this is a very, very solid unit. Like it's not going anywhere. So I won't go over the legs too much. You know, they operate super smooth because they are very brand new. That one is a little bit clunky because it's been rained on. It's been at a beach, there's a little bit of sand in there. It's inevitable when you actually really use your gear. But what I will touch on to start off with is the head, like where we ended with the other tripod. And the first thing I want you to notice is this, the fact we can rotate without having to loosen the entire head. We have that 360-degree rotation of just going round. So that is one addition. I mean, it doesn't make it a video head, but it does kind of give you that capability. If you do loosen it up, you can kind of get a few pans. I mean, I would still more prefer to use a fluid head, which we'll get onto, but at least you have that option, giving a photo tripod a bit more capability. Then we also have the exact same mechanism where you loosen here and you can kind of play around doing that. So if I show it closer, to loosen and operate the tripod, you just loosen that there, and then you have full capability. Is this a little underexposed? Make this a touch brighter. There we go. Yeah, so that is really useful. And then going on to what we spoke about before, portrait mode, we now have, I mean, I think that goes more than 90 degrees, like 95 degrees, something like that. But in this portrait mode, we can now go directly into it and have that full same rotation ability. So that means if I'm angling and I'm staying in portrait, I can look down, look up, I can do what I want whilst I'm in portrait mode because of this same rotation, which we didn't have on that last tripod. So these are all very, very, very welcome upgrades. When you drop to the bottom, you can still rotate a little bit, which you couldn't do on the previous tripod. If you drop to the bottom, it's kind of locked in. So again, small things that just make your life that much easier. It's a solid tripod. Like, it's much stronger, much, well, not much bigger, but quite a bit bigger than the travel tripod. It's firm. You know, this is one of the 3 tripods they have. That they have, I think it's the Lite, the Pro, and that one. I chose to get this one because it seemed like that middle base. The Lite was too similar to the travel tripod. The bigger one just seemed a bit too massive when I do have another big tripod. So this seemed like the best bet. And my favorite part and the main reason I upgraded this tripod was for this thing right here. And this is the Peak Design Pro leveling base. And what this does is allows you to essentially take out this center column. It also comes with a little Allen key here for you to make any adjustments you need. So that's one thing to note. That is hidden inside this center column here that I did just remove, but did just drop out. So I'll just place that back in here to secure that. And then this Pro leveling base can slot inside here, tighten that. And now we have the tripod with this big 3/8 hole on. So what would you want to use that for? Well, great question. I very often use this tripod, and this is the Sachtler, whatever it is. This Flowtech, which is amazing. I love this tripod. It's big, it's strong, carbon fiber legs, the quick release plate so that you can just kind of slot in there. This is a great tripod, but it's a lot heavier and awful to travel with. I've done some international jobs where I've had to kind of pack this out of my case. It's not the one. I do not recommend it at all. So with this Pro leveling base, I can take this off, then I can just slot this just like that. There we go. Now I have a fluid head tripod that's way lighter and way more portable. So when it comes to using setups like this, which I wouldn't trust on the travel tripod, I can now just slot this side here. Now I have a tripod that can perfectly be maneuvered with ease and still on that same travel tripod. So this setup right here, which I'd have full confidence into rigging this out even more, the monitor, heavier lens, matte box, everything that makes a camera setup heavy, that would usually have to use this, was the reason I bought this tripod. Like, because I can do all of that on this tiny thing, well, tiny compared to this, that's to me is a no-brainer. So yeah, I look forward to my international trips where I do need to bring a bigger setup, and I still have all the capabilities that this can do, just on a much smaller scale. And this is like half the price of this. So I'm not saying necessarily go out and get this instead, because this has its pros. It's a lot more sturdy, it's still a lot thicker. And you know, Sachtler, they're a reputable brand, they cost that much for a reason. However, if you don't need everything, this does, what, 85% of the things the Sachtler, sturdy. It's a good test there. This does 85% of the things the Sachtler does for half the price, or maybe more than half the price. I can't remember how much this was, but I got this on Black Friday offer. I definitely wouldn't buy this full price. Let's just get that out of the way now. But yeah, so this Pro leveling base head, it does come extra. It doesn't come in with the Peak Design Pro tripod, but yeah, that was the main reason I got this tripod.
And the shoot I had this week is the perfect example of that. All the gear you're seeing in the middle, the 2 tripods, the mic boom, light stand, the light, as well as some others you aren't seeing like the gimbal, the one wheel, and the rest of my camera gear, all had to be brought on the train. So you can see all those bags on the right hand side. If I had to bring my massive satchel tripod, it would have made this that much harder. But the fact that I could fit both Peak Design tripods inside one of the bags and still be able to put my FX6 on a tripod, it just makes my life so much easier.
And it's very easy to think, is that enough of a reason to spend hundreds of dollars on a new tripod just to save weight in a case? But yes, I've given hundreds of dollars at the airport for overweight cases, not purely because of this, but this setup is so much heavier. Like carrying them right now, this is so much heavier than that. So I know my case will be lighter. That's going to eventually save me money because I'm not having as much case in there, or I can put other gear inside the case. I'm spending my own money on a new tripod and I have a new thing as opposed to me giving the airline my money. So that's enough of justification. Filming in the UK is actually really annoying. Like, it was so grey and horrible 5 minutes ago, and now the sun's kind of beaming through. Am I overexposed? I can't even see, the light's blinding me. As I was saying, as great as this tripod is, there's still a few things that do slightly annoy me. And the first one, no, doesn't slightly annoy me. That really annoys me, and that is the head. So what I showed you earlier with how easily it is to slot in a quick release plate onto the tripod or the travel tripod, no matter if it's a Peak Design version or that I was using a PGY-Tech version, any Arca Swiss version can go onto it. Now, with this new plate, you can see it has this little silver bar thing. That's the thing that initiates the safety mechanism to go in. So if I push that down, you see the security of the plate comes in. Again, if I push that down, it comes in. So that means the plate is now secure. So when I put the camera on there, because of the shape of the Peak Design plate, it kind of has these parts that go out. It's not just a straight line. It kind of come out to give a bit more room. So if I put that in, it slots in perfectly, effortlessly. Beautiful. I can lock it, no problems. To get it out, just put it back out. So again, remember, you have to push this thing down for the plate to be secured. Going to this plate now, because the way this one's made has these indents here, so there's nothing to go onto that silver security thing. So if I put this here, don't let this go, nothing happens. I'm in, it's in the right spot. Nothing happens because there's no bit to push that down. So I don't know if I could fill this in somehow, put something there, but essentially you can't use other plates on this tripod because of that. I say other plates, I don't have many others, but something else I do have is this newer V-mount plate. So if I do want to put a V-mount on my FX3, which isn't often because I do have my FX6, but this kind of plate thing has no issue going inside the travel tripod, fits in, secure, all good. But again, because of the shape of it and how there's the outside is raised, so the inside doesn't apply enough, you can see that is in there, but I can't do anything. So that is very annoying because it now means I have to put a Peak Design plate as opposed to being able to use any tripod plate on this tripod. Wow, I've really scrapped this up doing that. And the reason I don't like using purely Peak Design plates isn't because I don't want to use the plate onto the tripod, but I use mainly PGY-Tech plates because of this gimbal system. That is a PGY-Tech base plate, and I have that on all of my tripods. I have that on this gimbal, and that's purely because I want to be able to just do that. Let's get the focus on this. Hide me. I'm able to do this. I want to be able to just put my camera in, and then if I want to take it out, I can just take it out. I don't have to rebalance it. I don't have to worry about sliding it in, adjusting the position. It just clips in just like that. So it was nice being able to have just PGY-Tech plates so I could go between a gimbal and a tripod without any issues, and it works everywhere. I mean, on every other tripod, the tripod I'm using now, I can use every plate. It's just this Peak Design, I can now only use the Peak Design plate. So that's a big L. I'm not gonna lie. That's one of the things that really annoyed me with the tripod. It's a very expensive tripod and I can only use one plate on it. That to me doesn't make so much sense. I am gonna try and find a workaround where I can add something in just so I can use it, because it is very annoying going between. The reason I got that PGY-Tech plate system on my gimbal was so I could go between gimbal to tripod, handheld, everything's effortless. I don't have to rebalance, I can just go from one to another. And now this ruins that because I can't use the Peak Design plate in the gimbal one because of the same reasons or the opposite reasons. This one has that room, that indent, whereas the Peak Design doesn't. So yeah, I need to find a system where I can still have that seamless workaround. But that's kind of the only really drawback. a tripod's a tripod. Makes your footage stable or gives your footage a place, it gives your camera a place to stay, and there's not really much more to it. For me anyway, someone who actually uses this stuff and not just cares about the specs, like I'm using this daily, as long as it keeps my camera balanced, I don't really care. One thing that would have been nice, I don't know how they could have done it and kept it in the system, but it would have been nice to have something like the, the horizontal mode where I can do almost like a top-down shot. I know a lot of the KNF tripods do that. I don't think it would work in this same system to keep it small and portable, so I do understand that. But, you know, just something nice to be able to do top-down shots with a tripod. But yeah, I mean, there's not really too much more to go over. I just wanted to compare it to that camera, that travel tripod, and kind of justify the reason why I bought this compared to this big one. And that head removal is enough for me as justification. Obviously, as I explained, that head difference is a little bit annoying. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So if you have got a lesson, laugh, or a light bulb moment from this video, I'd really appreciate it if you drop a like down below. And if you're feeling extra nice, you could hit the subscribe button. But that being said, I'll catch you in the next one. See ya. Got 4 tripods for one video. 4 tripods, 3 cameras. And they are very dirty pair of shoes. For things I do for YouTube. I wasn't lying about how dirty my shoes are right now. So I'm going to need a like and subscribe on this video because your boy needs some new crepes.